Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Arnold Schwarzenegger slams President's pardon of Chrisley's. Superstar and former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger is slamming President Trump's pardon of Todd and Julie Chrisley. He was recently asked about his feelings regarding this, and he did not hold back. So what did the Terminator have to say? Keep reading for more details. Arnold Schwarzenegger slams President's pardon. Action fans know Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator and from films like Total Recall and True Lies. Yet he was also the governor of California from 2003 to 2011. In his life, he has had his own scandal. He had an affair with a member of their home staff, Mildred Patricia Patty Baina. This resulted in a son, Joseph Baina, who strikes an eerie resemblance to his dad. Joseph went on to shake it on DWTS and quickly became a fan favorite. As for Arnold, he is back in the public eye and making his way around the public circuit. He recently appeared on WWHL, where he talked about the Chrisleys. They were pardoned by President Donald Trump in May 2025 and released within 24 hours. Since that happened, many followers are happy that this happened. Fans felt their punishment was far too harsh, and it was the best thing. Others think that they should have had to serve their sentence, given that they were convicted. However, Arnold is not thrilled with the pardon and made that known. Andy Cohen played a game with Arnold called Maybe or Hasta La Vista, Baby. It was all pop culture related, and if Arnold liked it, he said maybe. Yet, if it was a no-go, he said the latter. When it came to Todd and Julie Chrisley, he responded to them being pardoned with Hasta La Vista, Baby. It did not go much further than that, but it was clear he did not care for what went down. Todd and Julie left their respective facilities and have gone on to continue filming a reality series with their family. Furthermore, Todd has constantly been in the spotlight, showing up for press conferences and such. Good or bad idea? Regardless of whether the pardon was a good or bad idea, Todd and Julie Chrisley are free. She is lying very low this time, and when she stepped out, there were questions about her mental health. Fans have said she looks dead in the eyes and has gone through obvious trauma. Todd, on the other hand, is living his best life and is not looking back. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who lived publicly for decades, seems to think the Chrisleys should still be locked up. President Donald Trump likely does not care what he has to say or how he feels, and that is fine. In a dramatic twist to an already controversial saga, former California governor and action movie icon Arnold Schwarzenegger has entered the political ring once again. This time, not with legislation or fitness advice, but with a fiery condemnation of the President of the United States. The target of his outrage? The recent presidential pardon granted to reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley, best known for their show Chrisley Knows Best and more recently, for their convictions on tax evasion and bank fraud. Standing on the steps of the California State Capitol for a charity event benefiting youth rehabilitation programs, Schwarzenegger shocked reporters by shifting the conversation from his new wellness initiative to lambasting the pardon in an impromptu press conference. "This is not the kind of example we should be setting for America," he said, his accent slicing through the warm Sacramento air like one of his famous one-liners. "You steal millions of dollars, you lie to the government, you get a slap on the wrist and a private jet ride home. Come on, this isn't justice. This is a joke." According to sources close to Schwarzenegger, the actor-turned-politician was privately fuming for days before going public. Though he has generally avoided commenting on celebrity legal drama, insiders say the Chrisleys' pardon hit a nerve. Arnold sees this as a betrayal of American values, a former aide revealed. He's worked for years on programs helping low-income people avoid prison time for minor offenses. And here come Todd and Julie, convicted of massive white-collar crimes, getting off scot-free because they're famous. That flies in the face of everything he believes. Todd and Julie Chrisley were sentenced to a combined 19 years in federal prison after being found guilty of defrauding banks out of over $30 million and concealing income to avoid paying taxes. Their dramatic fall from reality TV royalty became tabloid fodder. But in a shocking move last week, the president exercised his executive power to issue a full pardon, calling the Chrisleys good Americans. This isn't about second chances, he growled. Second chances are for people who own their mistakes, who work to fix them. These two built an empire off deceit and walked around like they were invincible. It's disgusting. The reaction on social media was swift and divided. On one hand, fans of Chrisley knows best celebrated Schwarzenegger's criticism as yet another example of Hollywood elites turning on each other. Arnold needs to chill, one fan tweeted. He's not the moral authority of America. The Chrisleys have been through enough. But others applauded the former governor for standing up. Finally, someone said it. Wrote an ex-user. Arnold's right. If Todd and Julie were regular people, they'd still be behind bars. The president's press secretary issued a curt response later that day, brushing off the criticism. While we respect Mr. Schwarzenegger's opinion, the president stands by his decision. Everyone deserves a chance to rebuild their lives. But Schwarzenegger isn't buying it. According to sources, he's considering launching a national campaign that focuses on highlighting judicial inequities, particularly those that let the rich and famous off the hook, while everyday Americans serve time for far less. If you're famous, you get a pass. If you're not, you get a cell. That's not the America I love, he said, staring down a row of microphones. Meanwhile, the Chrisleys have remained largely silent since their release, issuing only a short video from their Nashville estate thanking the president and promising to share their side of the story soon. The clip showed them surrounded by their children, with Julie Chrisley emotionally holding her Bible and Todd nodding solemnly. But social media couldn't help but point out the designer furnishings and catered brunch spread in the background. One commenter quipped, "They walked out of prison straight into a Pottery Barn catalog." But Schwarzenegger's fury seems less about the Chrisleys' opulence and more about what their pardon represents. "I've met people in prison who got 5 years for stealing food for their families," he told the crowd. Meanwhile, these two use private jets to steal millions and get hugs from the president. That's not reform. That's rot. Political analysts are divided on whether Schwarzenegger's words will have any real political impact, but one thing is clear. He's not finished. His team confirms that he's planning a televised town hall titled Justice Isn't Just for Celebrities, which will feature formerly incarcerated individuals sharing stories about how the legal system failed them. And for anyone thinking this might just be Arnold blowing off steam. "I'll be back," he said with a smirk at the end of his press conference. But next time with numbers and names. The Chrisley camp declined to comment on Schwarzenegger's remarks, but sources close to the family say they feel blindsided and unfairly targeted. "Todd really admired Arnold," said a family friend. "He's crushed." But Schwarzenegger, never one to sugarcoat, doubled down in a follow-up social media post. "I don't care if they admired me," he wrote. "Admire the law. Obey the law. Then we'll talk." With political tensions rising, a potentially explosive town hall brewing, and a public torn between forgiveness and fairness, the Chrisleys' pardon may be remembered not as a quiet end to their legal saga, but as a spark that reignited a national debate. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, he may have just found his next big role, not on screen, but in the courtroom of public opinion.